It paws its nose and mumbles incoherently.
Yes, of course. I thought we all... Huh. You watch me?
I watch all closely when they are still at night. There is little else.
That's not creepy.
For hours and hours?
I count the breaths. It helps to overcome the overwhelming urge to crush their faces while they sleep.
Well, I won't be doing much of that anymore.
Can't blame you there, Alistair. That's really creepy. Like, really, really creepy.
The ground existence, I take it.
I totally missed what she said.
Watch for Piotr Naidukin. He's won the squad combat 4 years running. He has 11 decapitations so far. He needs just 3 more for the one-season record. Front row seats at every grand proving since my father took me on his shoulders. Name's Varric. I got a controlling interest in a mine off the old Rooston Tig. But my backers know not to hand me a pick any day there's blood on the stone, if you know what I mean. Sure. Like King Endrin was just a noble. A proving is a sacred art. Any dispute brought to the proving ground is settled by the ancestors' decision, and no one can protest.
So it's just trial by combat?
They change from round to round. Sometimes it's bare hands, sometimes weapons, sometimes pairs or squads. It's announced when the fight begins. That's about all the warning anyone gets. Me? Are you out of your mind? I'm a miner, not a warrior. I'm telling you, Piotr will take the prize. You can put gold on it.
You'll be awfully disappointed, my friend. The fuck is that noise? I don't like that. Ugh.
Guards, remove this intruder.
Fine, fuck you. God, what the fuck was that sound?
Look, I already told the Proving Master I withdrew. Do you have to keep harassing me? Why, I'm Basil Harrimont, but you know that. Why else would you... if you weren't looking for me, do me a favor and pretend I never said anything. So I take it you weren't sent here to find out if I withdrew from the Proving. In that case, never mind. Look, it's just, when I was younger, I had a thing with this Idukan girl, Revelka. Lesser cousin, nowhere near the throne. Her family wanted her marrying up, so they matched her with a BMO. But we didn't exactly stop seeing each other. She's married to a prominent Desher's heir. We should have stopped a long time ago, but I love her. Do you know what that's like? Now Balin found out, and I can't even help my cousin for fear he'll tell her husband. They have letters. Love letters Revelka wrote me. If they were made public, she'd be disgraced. Her husband would cast her aside, and I would be lucky to be allowed to die in a duel. No. One of his fighters, a woman named Miyaja. She's the one who threatened to expose me.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way to guarantee that. I appreciate the thought, but they really have me over a shaft here.
Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna give them a shaft too.
You do that? I don't know how to thank you. I know it's my own fault, but I'd have married her if I could. If you can make sure that evidence doesn't get out, I'd be happy to fight in the Proving. But you need to find them quickly. Registrations close once the first bout starts.
Yeah, there's no rush. Shit's gonna last as long as I want it to. It won't start until I register the game. Or register into the matches. I need someone that can lockpick. Alright, let's go and get Liliana again. It's my bad leaving her behind for this part. Should have known I needed her. But I am an idiot.
Blast and damnation. Indeed.
Come on, sweetheart, let's go and do this. I only need you for a bit. See, I think I'll call it a session once I have,
Oh, how
at the very least,
Thank you
2
so
hours of
much.
gameplay.
It's done.
That'll be enough to last me a little bit.
Like you wanted.
That way I can focus on the other project a bit and then go back to worrying about this. God, these goddamn sounds.
The proving's almost starting. I should leave if you haven't found anything. Where did you get those? No. I don't want to know. Just thank you. I can't say what it means to know my Revelka is safe. I will be glad to fight for Harrimont in the provings. Thank you again, friend.
Aren't you a Harrimont? They show him walking away, but he's still there. Alright, well I guess we're fighting now. God damn, Stan. I mean, not Stan. Shale. Didn't need him that hard.
Brilliant.
I'll just take that.
You new in the fights? I don't remember seeing you before. It's a pleasure. Sorry it can't be longer. Name's Guidon, and I just tendered my resignation. Somehow I don't think the ancestors will favor.
Why do you say that?
I bet he did. That man thinks nothing is beneath him. Well, you could just tell him I had my reasons. It's not so much what happened, as what's going to. I heard from a reliable source, Lord Harrimon's already given up.
Did you hear that from that?
Balin called this whole proving to let his lordship save face when he concedes. Oh? And where did you hear this? That's more reliable than a member of the Assembly.
Intimidate or yeah, intimidate.
I
Okay, I got an achievement for that.
His lordship would do without consulting Doolin. He's always been his top man. Maybe you're right. I'm just a warrior. I've always tried to stay out of these noble politics. If I find out this whole thing was some flunky of Balin's lying to me for his own gain, I'll... Maybe I will at that.
Alright, now let's go return this shit to the Shaperit. And then we'll finally get started on this. Like I said, I need at least 2 hours, and I still have 20 minutes left on that, so got some work to do. Yeah, I don't need you anymore, Liliana. You can go.
Of all the...
The Swamp Witch has a great deal in common with my former master.
Swamp Witch. How original.
The Swamp Witch has the same arrogance, the same air of cruelty. I would hate for it to have possession of my control rod, if it still worked, of course.
Let me tell you what you can do with your control rod, Gollum.
Is it telling me that if the rod did work, that it wouldn't want control over me?
I wouldn't go so far as that. I could, for instance, command you to go and jump in a lake. A very deep lake.
It fools no one. The Swamp Witch would control everything if it could. It would have us all dancing on its strings.
Oh, you know me too well, Gollum. Your revealing gaze has laid me bare.
I will be watching the Swamp Witch. It must not be trusted.
Now you're beginning to sound just like Alistair.
Oh my god. Morgan, why can't you make friends? The antagonism's getting old. Just try being nice, just like for a little bit. It might be worth it, you know.
News of the hour. Lord Harrowmont's insinuations against Lord Balin reveal the
Shaper it, shaper it, shaper it.
That's a lot of lava. I guess they just hope it never erupts.
Oh, not you.
Speaks.
You found it. Warden, you have my gratitude. You're a bright spot in an otherwise dark time.
Good talking to you, buddy. Now then, time to go do the proving. With enough time. Oops. Being a bit too squirrely right now.
news of the hour. Does Lord Harrowmont take this Orzammar before Lord Harrowmont is the voice of tradition and stability.
Yeah, they're trying really hard to sell their friends, huh? Can I talk to you?
Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled.
Ogren's a drunken wretch. He comes up here 2-3 times a week, hounding people to lead some suicidal rescue mission after Bronca. Gets quite violent about it. I'd be scared if they hadn't practically gelded him after he killed young Lord Mino. Well, he killed Lord Mino's youngest son in a duel to first blood. It was a huge scandal. Ogren should have been executed, but he'd won honors in the deep roads. Instead, they stripped him of all weapons and forbid him from engaging in fights within city limits. If he breaks the decree, he'll be
Wasn't he holding an axe?
She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the deep roads and abandoned him. Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a smith, and Ogren was one of the best warriors of his generation. Chasing some old treasure, she was quite secretive, outright rude, really. She said she never asked to found a house, that she didn't care about politics, and that we were too self-absorbed to defeat the Darkspawn. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her. She invented a smokeless fuel that let the Smith caste increase their output by nearly 1/3. Deaths from the Black Lung also dropped. The Assembly said she had the favor of the ancestors and declared her a paragon. They moved Bronca, Ogren, and all their relatives to the noble caste and founded a new house in her name.
And what were you arguing about?
It's been 2 years since Bronca left. No one has ever stayed in the deep roads that long and survived. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Ogren wants to keep risking lives searching.
If you see any guardsmen, tell them Ogren was after
I will do no such thing, because I do not care. That's a you problem, not a me problem. Now then, let's go and do this proving shit. Go ahead and knock that out of the way.
You do not truly think I look as my mother does, do you?
Have you really been thinking about that all this time?
I am simply curious.
And not insecure in the slightest, I'm sure.
I think I look nothing like her.
I don't know. Give it a few hundred years and it'll be a spot-on match.
I said that I look nothing like her.
All right, got it. Totally different. I see that now.
Leave her alone, Aster. It's really not worth it. Hello, friend.
The proving will begin shortly. I'm sure you can find a place in the stands. Or were you here to take part in the fight? Well, that's a surprise. Never thought the Grey Wardens would take an interest in our king. Let me just put you into the schedule here. Now, is there a particular name you wish listed?
Yep, Topsy Grey Warden.
I'll just call you Grey Warden, since those elven names are such a mouthful. We actually have an opening in the first round. Are you ready to start?
I'm always ready.
That's what I like to hear. I will warn you, though. This is your last chance to make preparations or meet the competition. Once the fights begin, there are no new additions to the roster. All withdrawals are treated as losses and a sign of the ancestors' disfavor. Do you want to start, or would you like some time? The fighters' quarters are behind the ring.
Yep, let's go.
Go down to the ring, then. I'll be right there. This is a glory proving, fought under the eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. First up is Sewern of the Warrior Caste. Many of you remember when Sewern made history as a lad of 12 by defeating his own father in this very ring.
Goddamn.
Today, he fights as a champion for Prince Balin. Opposing him, in Lord Haramont's name, is a member of the famed Grey Wardens.
In the name of House Adoew and our future King Balin.
First warrior to fall is vanquished.
Oh, you don't say, huh?
And so I shall.
How else would it work? Yeah, my sword still does massive damage, guys. It's really not fair.
The winner is the Grey Warden.
Like, really not fair.
An exciting start, Warden. Sewern is rarely trounced, and so thoroughly. Are you ready for your next opponent? Next, you're up against Miaja and Lukejan. As twins, they've always been allowed to fight as a single person. They're warrior caste, but their mother was a smith, so watch out for Miaja's
Wait, well,
hammer.
then shouldn't Miaja be a smith too?
Most fighters do, and end up with a knife in their spine. Are you ready to begin? All right, then. I'll see you out there. This is a glory proving, fought under the eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. This round, Haramont's champion takes on the notorious
God, are all female dwarves
the
so
warrior
fucking hideous?
caste Twin terrors now fighting for Prince Balin, Miaja, and Lukejan.
May the stone honor
when you fall.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Sorry about this, guys. It can't be helped. I'm just better. So you say, but you're the one that's dead, and I'm not.
The winner is the Grey Warden! Well, that was an exciting bout. 2-on-1, and you took them both easily. Are you ready for your next opponent?
Who's next?
Well, this bout should be quick and dirty. You'll be fighting Hanashan, one of the legendary Silent Sisters. She's a ferocious fighter.
Aren't the Silent Sisters a
enough to
thing from
cut out
Game of
her own
Thrones?
tongue. Are you ready to begin? All right, then. I'll see you out there. This is a glory proving, fought under the eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. Paramount's champion has held the field so far, but how will he do against one of the legendary Silent Sisters? We'll find out as the Warden faces Lady Hanashan, who proves her worth to Paragon Ashtith the Grey by cutting out her own tongue.
She's got a big sword.
And to our Prince Balin by fighting in his name. First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Stun you. Do this. And well, bam. Easy claps. Alright, come on, game. The fight's over.
The winner is the Grey Warden! Paramount will be pleased, Warden. The Silent Sister support was a great boost for Balin. Are you ready for your next
Who's
opponent?
next?
This should be a good match. You'll battle Wojek Ivo, master of all weapons, prisoner of none. He makes it a point never to use the same technique twice. Are you ready to begin?
Of course I am. Have you seen what I'm capable of so far? Tearing through these guys like a Pepe with a wet paper bag.
This is a glory proving, fought under the eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. This round is paired combat. Just as Kiatchet fought as King Bloodlik II, defending our empire, so have dwarves always fought alongside a second. Master of all weapons, prisoner of none, Wojek Ivo has never won the same way twice. What will he do today, lords and ladies? And will it win the day for Prince Balin? Grey Warden, choose your second, for you face Wojek Ivo and Valan.
Oh, I can't choose Shale?
Last one standing will be declared victor. Fight!
Give me an assist, Alistair. That's all I need from you. GG. Fucking easy.
The winner is the Grey Warden! Wojek Ivo is one of the best this arena has seen, Warden. Paramount picked wisely. Are you ready for your next
How many do I have left? Oh, okay.
This is the championship round. A full squad-on-squad combat. Piotr Naidukan leads the same team he's taken to victory in over a dozen Deep Roads expeditions. Are you ready to face the final test? May the ancestors choose wisely. This is a glory proving, fought under the eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar to honor the memory of King Endrin. Only 2 warriors remain. Fighting for his royal cousin Balin, Piotr Naidukan has led his team to triumph over every unit so far. Challenging him on behalf of Lord Paramount, the Grey Warden has risen from nothing to stand at the competition summit. Each will lead a full unit of 4 soldiers to see once and for all whom the ancestors favor.
You fight well, but your judgment is questioned. The throne will never leave House Adoew.
Last one standing will be declared victor. Fight!
Okay, now I got Shale. Oh fuck. Do your thing, Shale. Oh, you're stunned too? Sucks to be you, buddy. I think they got this one. I win. Come on, buddy, call it.
The winner is the Grey Warden. Congratulations! You defeated the man Prince Trian himself once called the Horns of my army. Do you deny this Grey Warden has earned the championship? Then it is my honor to declare this Grey Warden champion of the Proving, who has shown that the ancestors favor Lord Heremont.
Yep, it was an honor.
Through this day, we affirm the friendship between our city and your order.
I guess now I go and meet back up with Home Dude at the tavern. Hope I can go and talk to Ogren too. Or Ogren. I guess that's just how to pronounce it properly. Talk to him. Then go talk to the dude. And then we'll call it a session.
So what's the deal with you and him anyway? Dare I ask?
Him? Him who? Is this supposed to mean something to me?
You know exactly who I'm talking about, Mr. Let's Make Kissy Faces over there.
My. You are jealous, aren't you? Did I take your favorite Grey Warden away from you?
What? I'm not jealous. I'm horrified.
Those blushing cheeks of yours tell a different tale.
These blushing cheeks are terrified that you'll suck all the blood out of them once you're finished with them.
If I feel the need to suck on anything of yours, Alistair, you'll be the first.
Gross.
That was so not what I meant.
Perhaps we should go and tell him together about your touching concerns. Perhaps he'll pay more attention to you if you ask nicely.
Uh-huh. I think we're done here.
Done before you started, in fact.
Why is everyone so interested in my love life? Jesus. Let me do my thing. Oh, there he is.
I wasn't expecting you back. I guess you realize this is about the only fun in Orzammar?
I guess you didn't.
I doubt either candidate has been outside the Diamond Quarter.
I already heard all this.
Prince Balin's brilliant.
What do you want? Hey, I heard about you. Grey Warden, coming from the surface. Great crisis in the world. People are saying how you've thrown yourself on Heremont's wagon train. I figured you'd be the one, you know, who could help me find Branka. But I guess you're just like all the rest. Branka's a paragon. Only one smart enough to be raised in the last 4 generations. She's a smith. Invented some kind of new coal that burns.
Shouldn't you know you're her husband?
It's been 2 years since she disappeared down the deep roads, and your boss never gave her a thought. I wonder, what does he think he can get from her now? I know he's been poking around, trying to find things out about her, what she was looking for. Won't tell me spit, though. He looking to take it for himself? A little lost technology of the ancients to throw Balin right out of the picture? You are looking for it. Of course, that's all anyone cares about. Well, sod off and sod your mother, too. I need a bleeding drink. You keep on your errands. Until your boss really commits to looking, you're getting nothing but smoke out of old Ogren.
Alright, well, nice talking to you. Let me go talk to someone important.
Atrasvala, champion. I hear your performance in the proving was nothing short of amazing. I must thank you for bringing both Baisel and Guidon back into the fight. His lordship was touched to see his old friends stand for him. There can no longer be any doubt where your sympathies lie. If you're ready, Lord Harrowmont will see you.
Let's go.
His lordship is looking forward to meeting you.
I've been waiting quite a while to do this, so hurry it up. Starting to get kind of tired. And by kinda, I mean really.
I appreciate what you have done, Warden, and I apologize for putting one of your rank through such trials. I am
two of my rank, actually.
And I thank you for your efforts to help me preserve King Endrin's throne. No one is born with rights to the throne. The sitting king may recommend a successor, but the assembly ultimately decides who will rule. Balin has lost nothing that ever belonged to him, and nothing that his own father thought he should have. You may not know the story, but Balin is actually the youngest of three. Endrin's eldest, Trian, was murdered in the Deep Roads not a year ago. His middle son was found standing over the body, and was exiled. But I've always found it suspicious that Balin knew just where to look. Endrin loved his sons too much to voice such suspicions. But he knew Balin's only interest in ruling was to further his own power. Balin resents me because I did not believe his setup. I wanted a full investigation, a trial, not this knee-jerk reaction. It speaks poorly of Balin that Endrin himself was the first to think that he should not be trusted.
Mm-hmm. Do you actually have proof of all this, or are you just saying it happened?
I have never sought the throne. My role was to serve Endrin, first as his advisor, then as an elected Desher in the Assembly. Harrowmont has never been king, and I always assumed Trian would rule after his father. But both Endrin and my colleagues have asked me to step up, and I will not back down when Orzammar needs me. The Assembly represents
Getting
the
all this
wisest,
context.
most noble families. While we need a single king to preside over important functions and lead us in battle, the Assembly better represents all in Orzammar.
Help me out, man, please.
For us, the Darkspawn are a constant menace, so a blight may not elicit the same urgency you are used to. Ultimately, the Assembly decides what troops to send. If they no longer fear civil war, they'll have no reason to hold back. If you want my support to count, I will have to be king. And right now, there is no sure way to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of a woman named Jarvia and the criminal Carter?
I am familiar with the name.
I'm glad you're so eager. If you help me shut her down, we can show the Assembly I am the right king to defend Orzammar. Jarvia hides her base in Dust Town, the raw edges of the city where no one lives but casteless and criminals. If you would help me in this, it would show the Assembly that I, and not Balin, have the ability to defend and rule this city. Do this, and I promise if I take the throne, I will not stop until the Assembly sends you troops.
Look for Jarvia in Dust Town. Do whatever it takes to see that justice is served.
Alright guys, well, with this conversation, I'm going to level up. And then from there, we're going to call it a night. Because I am very tired now. Alright. So, I believe I should have time to record more of this on... I want to say on Thursday. I'll see what I can do. But until then, I want you guys to have a good day, a good night, do good at work or at school, and I'll see you guys in next session. Bye-bye.